Here's another one of my collection that I don't believe I've ever put water to. The good old golf ball. Imagine in the 1970s or so, whenever this was made. I'm assuming probably early 70s, maybe late 60s. Living on a golf course, having this sprinkler. Well, you'd be the talk of the neighborhood. Well, throw a little water to her, see what she does. Oh, hello! Honestly, I did not plan on it watering that big of an area. It's just basically like a two-arm twirler. Might have overpressured her here. There you go. The golf ball sprinkler. Sprinkles. Yeah, it's a frog. It's the Pride Olan, and kind of a unique sprinkler. Kind of about like the golf ball. You hear the snap, crackle, and pop. That's just all my joints. Give it a little gas here. Train is helpful. You wouldn't even know it's a frog. For as funny as it looks, it seems to work pretty nice. Nothing too fancy about it. It just spins in a circle, but it does work pretty nice. Puts out a pretty good amount of water. A little deceptive to see how big those holes are without the water streaming through them, but they kind of did a double hole on this side to kind of have the streams intersect and break up. Pretty neat. Pride Olan frog. Yeah, I've got all the double rotaries out here in the golf ball and the Buckner. And I don't know if very many people are familiar with these. Hartman Manufacturing and Supply from where I am currently standing, Hutchinson, Kansas. Lived here my whole life. And these sprinklers are quite prevalent in this town. Matter of fact, this is the giant farm version, and I have four of them, maybe 5, because they've just been sitting around for years. You have to have a 1.25 inch hose. I mean, you don't have to have, but it accommodates, and it puts out probably 40 gallons a minute, I would guess, and you can kind of judge by the size of the nozzles on there. Anyhow, back to the double rotaries. This one is a Dayton irrigation. Same concept of sorts, but part circle, I'm assuming. Unfortunately, I have seen a couple of these for sale and sold on eBay, but I've never seen one complete. This one is probably one of the more complete ones that I had seen, and I got it off eBay. But it's got a small orifice here, kind of almost a pinhole that would obviously drive this, which I presume you can see here, pretty fine-tooth gear. Would have been a larger fine-tooth gear on there that would spin this, which would rotate around, and I'm assuming would go to this stop, and then it's got some springs on either side, and evidently the springs would give it enough pressure to make it venture off into the other direction once it stopped spinning. But yeah, it's like very odd. Just a part circle. I'm assuming half. I'm assuming that you could have bought, different trip, because that's a thumb screw on it. This one's screwed down, but I would have to assume that you could replace this with different arcs. It doesn't really, it just says 7. 7 on there and 7 on the trip. So yeah, and it's just loose in there. I'm assuming just because the set screw isn't tight. But yeah, I don't know anything about it. It does seem to be a collectible though, because the ones I have seen for sale have sold. So this one, obviously, these are pretty prevalent. This one's obviously a little more rare. And now that I've really looked at it and noticed that it's a part circle spray, pretty neat. One problem of having a collection like this is if you take a couple sprinklers out to play with them, water with them, you might forget where they belong. So I've had the frog here, and I'm like, oh, where did I pick up the frog from? Was it over here? Was it over there? And then I noticed the convenient dust outline. There we go. He's back home.